Hi, everyone. First of all, I just want to take one quick second. I know there's been a lot of gratitude expressed, but I just want to say thank you once again to both the Gray and Smith family. You guys have raised two wonderful, amazing human beings, and I've actually been fortunate enough to know both of them since the birth of their relationship, and I will get into a little bit more of that. So, for those of you who I have not yet met, my name is Amy, and as Danny said, it literally says here in my notes, I am one of Danny's bridesmaids and also one of her Seattle besties. Danny's words, not mine. And I first met Danny in an elevator where we work in the athletic department at the University of Washington, go Dogs. And I heard this bubbly Southern accent in the corner of the elevator say, "Hey y'all!" And it was packed on this elevator, I kid you not. And it was a big elevator, like a game day size elevator. And when I turned, I saw this bright smile, confidently working this very small space with a lot of people, networking the heck out of an elevator. And she met everybody in it before we even got to the fourth floor. So before we exited the elevator, I had Danny's business card in hand. And she told me, "Don't be a stranger." And I literally walked off that elevator and I thought, damn, I want to be this girl's best friend. And sure enough, the rest is history of Danny and I's relationship. But she did share in that moment that she had just moved to Seattle from across the country. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I could do that, to move thousands and hundreds of miles away from your family and your friends and everybody here who's mostly spoken, because I think I might be the first one from Seattle. But that takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of bravery. And that's something that I learned very quickly about Danny, is that not only does she have the guts to speak up in an elevator that's completely packed and be brand new to a huge university, but that she's always going to make everyone laugh, everyone smile, and be confident. And so from that moment on, I knew that she was not only going to be my bestie, but also like family. Yes. So Danny and I actually ended up spending most of our free evenings and weekends together in Seattle as two single ladies on an adventure, like basically Sex and the City Seattle style. And we took that city on with class, and yes.
We were out to 3 o'clock, and we were so vulnerable, and like I was loving the city and meeting the city and dating the city, right, Amy?
Yes. Literally, it says, it's like Danny knows what I wrote. From last call at the bar to walking to miles, I kid you not, miles to my house in the snow in Seattle. And if you've ever been to Seattle, it's not equipped for snow. And to sunsets on boats in Lake Union, to starting karaoke parties at staff meetings. And she literally was my ride or die. She was my emergency contact when I ended up in urgent care. She was my +1 for parties when I did not have a +1, and always the person I could count on when it was the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. She was the first person I called when the cute guy I was talking to finally kissed me, but she was also the person I called when I needed a shoulder to cry on when I got my cancer diagnosis.
Warrior! Warrior! Yes, my warrior queen. Yes.
Danny's genuine, authentic personality never wavered in any of those moments. She constantly teaches me that life is meant to be, I'm going to be like Spencer and cry. Thanks. She constantly teaches me that life is meant to be lived and to seize each day as an opportunity to connect with others and to help them shine. If I had to describe Danny in one word, it would be magical. She has such a gift of building others up and empowering them around her. So I've said a lot about Danny, so how does Spencer fit into this friendship? So Danny had been on a number of Bumble dates, and she'd been on there for a while, but literally no guy was as magical or even had a drop of magic close to Danny. And she was about to give up swiping right. And I can remember this day so clearly, and you'll actually see a photo of this day tomorrow. But it was a Sunday in March, and somehow the sun was shining in Seattle. So we went to the park and we sat outside for hours, and I asked her what was she truly looking for in a life partner. She listed everything from compassionate, loves sports more, if not as much as her, a dog guy, etc. And just like that, in this moment, a bumblebee landed on Danny's shoulder. I kid you not. And I took a photo of it, and we took that as a sign that she should try Bumble for just a little bit longer. So the next day, on a Monday, she swiped right on some random dude named Spencer Gray from Iowa.
No, wait, all those dating websites, you don't list your first and last name. And so I didn't know it was really Spencer Gray. I thought it was like, he was making it up. And I'm like, wait, is your last name really Spencer Gray? And he was like, yes, it's really Gray. Okay, but go ahead. Yeah.
And I did my due diligence of stalking him like crazy on social media.
Yes, you did.
I did. We have the screenshots to prove it. And by the looks of it, I was like, okay, he's an okay guy. He seems pretty decent. And this is when I knew I really liked Spencer, because he was so bold and literally asked Danny on a date the very next day. And I loved that. He wasn't BSing around. He knew what he wanted, and he wasn't going to play any games. And that's exactly what I wanted for my girl. So that was the last time Danny would go on her first date. That was the last time she would ever swipe right. And from that moment on, Spencer proved every single one of those things that we had talked about on that waterfront, was that he was truly meant to be Danny's life partner. And it was honestly pure magic. So my girl Danny finally found her match, and together I swear you two are more magnanimous than you are apart. Danny, you're my sister for life, and I could not be more excited for you to take this next step. And gosh, I'm sorry. You two both know how to make a winning team, and with you in state, I kid you not, you know how to have fun. You know how to cry through the hard times. You challenge each other, and you push each other to be your best selves. So, without further ado, here's to a magical adventure ahead, Mr. and Mrs. Gray tomorrow!